This video is about adjective endings and will focus on the words. What are adjective endings? Let's start by looking at a few sentences. Der Tisch ist schön. The table is beautiful. Der schöne Tisch ist neu. The beautiful table is new. In the first sentence, schön does not have an ending. In the second sentence, it does. Why? Adjectives get endings when they precede, come in front of, a noun. Another way to say the same thing, if there is a noun right after an adjective, that adjective will have an ending. Remember, all nouns in German are capitalized, so they are easy to identify. Why does this happen? You have learned that there are different articles, the and a, an, for different nouns. These articles express gender, masculine, neuter, feminine, and plural, and case, nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. If an adjective comes in front of a noun, it must also express these things. If it does not precede a noun, then it gets no ending. So how do we do this? Let's look at another example. This time I will leave parts blank. We have the new book is expensive. There will always be three things you need to know in order to figure out adjective endings. The gender. Is the noun after the adjective masculine, feminine, neuter, or plural? Case. Is the noun after the adjective nominative, accusative, dative, or genitive? Word. Is the word in front of the adjective the word, a word, or nothing? Let's look at our example. What is the noun after the adjective? You should say Buch. What is the gender of Buch? Neuter. You cannot just guess here. The whole thing will be wrong and you will be frustrated. This is a time for learning, so if you don't know, look it up. What is the case of Buch? Buch is nominative. It is the subject. If you can't remember case rules, review the videos for case. It's important. What is the word in front of the adjective? The adjective is new, and the word in front of it is the. That means it is a the word. So how do we do this? We're going to focus on the thes. So we have our example and the information we just found out. Our example is the new book is expensive. Our gender is neuter, our case is nominative, and our word is a the word. Now we need two different charts. The first chart is not new. It is the chart for the or the words. When I say the, I mean the words like der, die, das, die, and all of their forms in nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. When I say the words, I am also including the other words in the same family. Those are called der Wörter, or der words, and include dies, welch, jede, manch, solch, and they take the same endings as the thes. If this is new for you, please watch the videos on case. In this chart, I will simply include the endings that would be put on the base words listed above. But if you want to see how that is formed, for example, if I write -er for masculine nominative, I would expect you to take D's and add ER to make dieser. Then watch case videos. The chart looks like the definite article, the, and we have masculine, feminine, neuter, and plural for nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. Your top row should be very old information. You have der, die, das, die. And the endings for the der words are included there, like dieser, diese, dieses, and diese. For accusative, you should have den, die, das, die. For dative, you should have dem, der, dem, den. For genitive, you should have des, der, des, der. So let's look more at how we do this. This time we're going to look at adjective endings. We have the thes chart done. It just showed up at the bottom of your screen. The second chart is for adjective endings. We need to think about something. The thes show the gender and the case of the noun they are in front of. They do that really well. This means that our adjective ending chart doesn't have much work to do in showing gender and case because the thes are already doing it. For our adjective ending chart, I will draw a shape. You can see the shape on the chart. What is it? What does it look like? It looks like Oklahoma. Oklahoma gets to buy a vowel, and the people pick E. Outside of Oklahoma, everyone else tacked on an N. And that is all. That is your adjective endings chart for adjectives that come after the or the words. Now we can move on. So we have our example and the information we found out. The gender is a neuter again, the case is nominative, and the word is the. We also have our two charts below. So to fill out the blanks, the first blank, you need the first chart. How do you say the for neuter nominative? We have nominative, we have neuter. You should say das. For the second blank, the second chart, how do you say new? Remember, if you don't remember, you need to look up the word new. You should have said noi. What ending do you put on noi for neuter nominative? So we have here nominative, neuter. Now you've got your answer. Das neue Buch ist teuer. The new book is expensive. Remember, first blank, first chart, second blank, second chart. Below we have 6 examples. Pause the video. You may need to go back to the previous slide and look at the charts. See if you can do these answers on your own. I'm sure that took a couple of minutes, so let's go over them. Number 1 is Ich kenne den großen Mann. Mann is masculine. It's also accusative because it's the direct object. And the word is a the word. When I say it's a the word, all that's telling you to do is use the chart for both the and then the word adjective ending chart for the adjective endings. For number 2, du fährst mit dem schnellen Auto. Auto is neuter. It is also dative. See the preposition mit. That should be your clue. We have another the word. Diese freundlichen Kinder sind laut. Kinder is plural. It's also nominative because it's the subject. And you have a the word. Kauft diesen blauen Computer? Computer is masculine. It's also accusative because it's the direct object. And then you have another the word. This time the word is dies. Remember, that's a der Wort, a der word. For number 5, ist sie die schöne Sängerin? Sängerin is feminine. It means singer, a female one. Sängerin is nominative. It's the predicate noun following the verb sein. And we have a the word. Ich gebe dem guten Hund das Hundefutter. Hund is masculine. It's also dative because it's the indirect object. I give the dog food to the dog. The dog is receiving the dog food. The dog food is the direct object. The dog is the indirect object. You also have a the word. So those are your answers for these examples. If there's any part of this that you can say you struggle with, gender or case, you may want to review case videos and you may want to start trying to learn some vocabulary words each day. The more you learn, the better you get.